some of the meals that built us cost less than a gallon of gas nowadays. But those meals didn't just feed us, they trained us. Welcome back to the Grub and Grind, where food meets real talk, real hustle, and real grind. My name is Uzyiah, and welcome back to an episode that has been brewing up lately. And once again, I have a special guest, and you guys already know who she is. It is my wife.
Hello.
Hello. So today we're going to be talking about struggle meals that built us. This one is a little low tone, but I wanted to speak on it because me and my wife like to reminisce a lot on a lot of the things that we have gone through, and we're so blessed, I could say, where we're at currently, that we go back and we're like, man, do you remember those times where we had nothing and this and this and that? So we're gonna get into it a little bit. So to set the tone, what is the most creative meal that you have made with the littlest money that you've ever had?
I think it was one time growing up, I was like in high school, and I mean, I was broke. I didn't have money. My parents had the money.
Yeah.
And they had like chicken legs. And it was like we needed to go grocery shopping.
Mm.
And my mom was like, yeah, tomorrow I'll just work with what we got at home. And I made some like bomb barbecue chicken. And it was like, I'm not gonna say it here, but my dad's secret ingredient. I don't
Yeah.
know what it is.
Yeah.
And I used that, and it was really good. And I cut up like some potatoes that we had. We had like some veggies, I think, in the freezer, and I just mixed that. It was pretty good. And I also made my famous pasta salad with that too. And I used like a bunch of seasonings too with my chicken, so that's why.
Like, what kind of seasonings did you use?
Paprika, adobo,
He said
pepper, salt.
Yeah.
And honestly, I listened to the season gods and they just told me what to put. I'm just kidding. No, I just saw whatever we had in the cabinet and said, hey, this will work.
Yeah.
And I just put it in there and said, this will go good. And I prayed that my parents and my siblings liked it.
Yeah.
And I think they did because they ate it.
Yeah.
Or they were just hungry.
Well, I mean, they haven't really talked about like a bad barbecue chicken you've made. So I'm assuming it really was a hit. I'm assuming it was really good.
Yeah, and I think I also grabbed like grape jelly and barbecue sauce and I mixed that. Maybe that sweetened it up. And I put a special ingredient.
We're giving away the secret recipe.
No, I'm not giving.
I was gonna say, don't do that.
Another secret.
No, you
that
can't.
I shall not name yet.
Yeah, you cannot. You
can't.
can't be giving away secret recipe.
Who did that? We'll say it.
Yeah.
You?
I would say ramen. I know that's like the most like, oh, whatever, but you've been firsthand, you've seen me, grab either the oodles and noodles that are in a bag or the cup of noodles. And there's a couple of people out there that, that text me. And then in the beginning of my journey, when I wanted to be a chef and do it professionally, like I remember I sent people pictures like, oh, look, I made ramen. And they're like, ramen again, bro? And I was like, yeah, but this time it has carnitas. And then the next day I'd be like, oh, look at my ramen bowl today. And people are like, ramen again, bro? And I was like, yeah, but this one has popcorn chicken or butterfly shrimp and stuff like that,
I would say you're very creative with that because you would use just whatever ingredients we had at the house and add it. And then each time you made it, it would taste different. But it was really good and similar at the same time. So it's kind of weird that you would do that. But yeah, if we had like leftover chicken or whatever, you would use that carnitas or even carne asada you would do, or I don't know, you would like use whatever you had. I think one time you even had like lechon that we had like from a holiday, like Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
And we were just like tired of eating it. And you were like, oh, we'll eat it with ramen. And I was like, what? And then I ate it and I was like,
Yeah, there was a time also like when we took home some of your parents' menudo, like when they went to go get menudo.
Oh
and then
yeah.
I would grab them in noodle broth, and then but this was like before like TikTok started doing like the birria thing and all that stuff. Like like I've been literally innovating and hybriding the ramen noodles. So that's how I was like, I don't know, it's weird. I really love ramen noodles.
Yeah, I know you
You can
do.
tell. Uh,
I don't think we can eat it now though, as we're getting older,
yeah,
because it's just like, eesh.
we I think we ate it.
We ate it. Okay, so we used to eat it often, like when we first, when our firstborn
Hmm.
was like born,
Hmm.
and we were like first living together and stuff,
Hmm.
and um, we ate it often because we were like, oh, it's cheap and it's easy, and we can add all these
Hmm.
different toppings to it.
Yeah,
And then I we stopped because we realized we were getting a lot of stomach aches
a lot,
with the ramen noodles. But
a lot.
recently, I would say like maybe 5 months ago,
Uh-huh.
4 months ago,
Hmm.
we went to the store and I was like, oh my God, I'm craving ramen. And you're like, get some.
Hmm.
So then I got some, and then you did the same thing where you fixed it up and stuff.
Yeah,
And then I think it was like an hour after eating it, we,
our stomach were like, oh,
yeah,
yeah, it was so
yeah,
bad. But you know what's crazy? Like, I feel like that's just with the ramen noodles now. I feel like it's with the ramen noodles now because we've like transcended to buldak. Like
yeah, that's true.
that's like your
That's
newest,
my thing. That's like my go-to
yeah, like
snack
your a little sneak
lately.
peek, your
Lately.
newest guilty
Pleasure.
pleasure to
Mhm.
eat is.
Yeah, because honestly, before filming this, me and my sister were just talking about Bulldog,
Mhm.
and I actually got it from her, and she showed it to me and was like, "Oh, I think you would like this." And
Yeah, yeah.
since then, I started adding like cucumbers and adding stuff because
Mm.
I was like, "Oh, well, I used to do this with my ramen and stuff." A little sneak peek to my Bulldog recipe is I would
Yeah.
cook it. I put a little bit of water, a little bit of milk,
Uh-huh.
a big spoonful of cream cheese. Yeah, I know. Um, whatever cheese is in the fridge that we
Yeah.
have at the time, except American cheese. That just don't fly with me. Like
Mm.
that doesn't mix well, in my opinion, in the way I like it.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I think it was like mozzarella cheese that I
Mhm.
had. I would also like boil a egg
Mhm.
and throw that in there as well. And then on the side, I would chop up like cucumbers,
Mhm.
and then I would do the whole packet thing and everything, mix it up with the cucumbers in there, the egg, and then more cheese.
Mm.
I'll eat that baby up.
That's crazy.
And then I'll have a stomach ache all night and not regret it in the morning, because a week later I will do the same thing.
Yeah.
I just can't eat it 2 days in a row.
Mm, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, and I feel like my infatuation too, like we went from like ramen noodles to bulldog, and it's like I mean, we kept the same thing. Like whatever we have in the refrigerator, we will add. And it's crazy because like we'll even go to like Aldi or we'll go to Walmart and we'll try to buy like the most cheapest seasonings, which is like the way that we are. We don't spend $6 on
I
garlic.
think that's everyone, except if it's fancy and you really need it, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay,
Yeah, but I
I'll
mean, I'm talking
splurge.
like garlic powder. Like, you know how like they have like the really organic, expensive one. It's like $6 and the bottle's like this big. Like
Yeah.
ours, like I feel like we love the great value from Walmart garlic powder. You know what I mean?
Or
Like,
Amazon's actually cheap too.
yeah,
Amazon
Amazon's,
brand.
yeah, like the brand. But then we got to be honest. Like, literally, we go through garlic so much, so we have to buy like the big stupid big garlic thing.
I love garlic.
Yeah, me
I
too.
love garlic.
Yeah.
I love garlic.
Hmm.
No vampires over here. like,
Yeah, yeah.
like for real. I don't know. I grew up with having a lot of garlic. I don't know if it's because like my Puerto Rican side
Hmm.
ate a lot of garlic,
Hmm.
but adobo, like I was always using that and garlic until
Yeah.
I got older and realized like, whoa, gotta pick one.
That's funny. Circling back to like the high school days, what meal does it remind you of like your grind era? Do you consider your high school days your grind era or your
No.
college days your grind
My
era?
college, high school was like, "Woo, can't wait to be a grown up," and college was like, whoa, what's this?
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and even then, it wasn't really full
No, I
grown.
know. Yeah.
No, college was definitely my grind days. I remember, I mean, you were there to witness it all. At one point, I was working 3 jobs plus being a full time 18 to 20 credit. college student
Mm-hmm.
and interning at schools at the same time and doing church ministry and being a director of a children's ministry at the same time. So like my days were scheduled to the back to the point where it burned me out really
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
God got me through it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And those days were really hard because it was like what do you eat? And I guess it's like just not only like that era, but in today's age where
Mm-hmm.
everyone is always on the go, on the go, on the go, where it can be really easy to forget to eat, to even drink water, or to remember, oh my God, it's 3 o'clock and I haven't ate anything.
Mm-hmm.
And for me in college, it got really bad to the point where I was sick all the time. My immune system was really low. I was getting hit with the flu. And when I got hit with the flu, I got an ear infection. I got something wrong with my stomach. I remember at one point I was taken out of the
Yeah.
ER
Yeah. Yeah.
and it was really bad. And they would say it's because my immune system was so shocked because I overworked myself and I was not eating the right way.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
really easy just to roll up to McDonald's and be like, give me a McChicken and a
Mm-hmm.
large sweet
Sweet,
iced tea
sweet
with
iced
a
tea.
lemon.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's oh,
Yeah.
and then I lived off coffee.
So you would go back like so the your grind era would be a McChicken and a
No,
sweet tea.
honestly, it would be that was like my splurge, like when I would get a check or something, like
Mm-hmm.
or me and my siblings were again on the go and we would be like, oh, before we go pick up our younger brother from school, let's stop and get McDonald's so we all eat something right now because we all have time and we're all together right now before dinner in a couple hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then we would go get a McChicken or whatever, but the main thing for me was making a sandwich
Mm-hmm.
and having like a bag of chips on the side and
Yeah.
then also adding like a jalapeno,
Yeah.
like a pickled jalapeno
Yeah. The
in a container because that
yeah.
was so easy to make the night before. I would go to school and I would have that and
Mm-hmm.
I would just throw that container in my backpack and go and that was my meal.
Mm-hmm.
And I did that when I was working too and it was also cheap
Yeah.
and it didn't cost me anything of my time really because it would just be 1 2 3 1 2 3 or my mom would make it for me or my sister.
Mm-hmm.
It was something simple. My sandwich was basically ham, cheese, mayonnaise, mustard.
Oh
That's it.
wow.
I wouldn't put veggies or anything because again I didn't know what time I would eat it.
Mm-hmm.
And if I put lettuce or tomato, it would get soggy.
Soggy. Yeah.
So I would
Yeah.
leave it like dry, but not so much dry,
Mm-hmm.
where I can eat it if it was at 10 in the morning or at 5 o'clock at night, like in the
Yeah.
afternoon.
Yeah.
So no, my college days were my grind era because
Yeah. We
again,
can
I
tell.
worked
We can tell.
and you were there.
Yeah. I know. I know. Yeah. It
I would
is.
video call you
Yeah.
to be like, stay up with me. And you'd be like,
Mhm.
why? I'm like, it's 2 in the morning and I have a say that's due in an hour. Like,
Yeah. And I mean, during that time, I was going through my own thing. So like, to me, it was like 2 in the morning. Psh, that's nothing.
what meal reminds you of your grind era?
Eggs
Mm.
and white rice.
Mm.
Sounds weird.
Yes.
It sounds very weird. I know it's very like it's very different, but it was like the most simplest things. Egg, anybody can make it differently. You can poach it, you can scramble it, you can sunny side up, over easy, over medium, over hard. You can do all these kinds.
It's like you're a chef or something.
Stop. But yeah, you could do so many varieties of egg. And white rice, you just put it in a pot, put water, and boil it until it's cooked.
You make it seem like it's easy.
It's no, it really is.
I know.
Yeah, it's
Not for a beginner, though.
well, no, I can't. I can tell you numerous of times I've probably undercooked, overcooked. Even still to this day, I still struggle. Like
Same.
sometimes with the rice, it'll be like really mushy, or it literally just feels like I just put the grains of rice in there, and then that's what we're eating: grains of rice.
Also depends on the pot or the pan you're using too. That
Yeah,
makes a huge
I
difference.
know.
That makes a huge
It
difference.
does. Remember that I was very good at cooking rice in the Instapot because
Hmm.
that's all we had during a specific time period of our
We
lives.
used a lot.
Yeah, I would be a pro at
Hmm.
to make white rice. And yeah, but I would say that that would be a meal that was easy, quick, and it reminds me all the time, especially like when I think about grind era, it's not something that happened in the past. I feel like it'll be something that you can even do it nowadays.
Yeah.
So like eggs and rice to me is the most simplest, cheapest thing that I can meal prep, right? And it can tie into, even if I want to go crazy again and like cold turkey cut everything and start losing weight, what do? I always eat rice and chicken and eggs.
Yep.
So it's like when I want to like completely lock in,
That's your go-to for
that's my go-to
everything.
for everything. I'll
And I
have
think you stop until you've done it, like you said, scrambled, over easy, over medium, over
hmm
hard,
hmm
boiled. Like
hmm
you've done everything with
hmm
it to mix it up.
and it's a variety because I would say eggs with rice. Like I don't want to just say that it's just eggs and white rice because how many times did we have over easy eggs with our leftover rice?
Yeah, and that was something like you taught me. Like, I mean, I knew people did it, but like I
Mhm.
didn't really do that growing up. Like,
Yeah.
um, I know a lot of people do it often, but we eat it a certain way now. Like our Mexican rice, we'll eat like two over easy eggs and then pour salsa
Mm,
on top of it, or
mhm.
chile.
Shout out to
Like,
Chona Mandita. They taught me
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Or like with white rice, like we'll do egg and we'll have like kimchi or
Oh,
sriracha. Like
you know how
I
much I
know
miss kimchi right now?
kimchi
I miss
because you haven't
kimchi.
had it in a long time.
Oh, I miss kimchi so much. Sorry, go
But
ahead.
like there's been variations, so it can be like very Mexican or it can be like very not from our culture, and
hmm
it's good.
hmm That's true. Yeah, so I feel like that's straightforward my answer.
Yeah.
Now talking about the struggle meals, like let's talk about some fun ones. I don't feel like it's so much a struggle meal, but I feel like it's kind of ties into like the last episode we did together, which is like the guilty pleasures.
Mhm.
Now I want to introduce and I want to cook for you some of my favorite grind era struggle meals during that time where we were penny pinching, and I think you would enjoy a couple of them.
Hmm. Bring it.
Okay. All right. We're back. And I know everyone's like, what the heck just happened? It's like we just went like that, right? So one of the meals that I would have either late night or is it's always a hit would be leftover pizza. I think you're like the big advocate of leftover pizza because
Pizza.
you love the pizza.
Diving in.
Yeah, you're already gonna eat the pizza? Okay, well while you do that, one of my favorite ones is grabbing a piece of bread. Do you like the ends or no? Yeah, okay. So I would grab I'll get a piece of bread and then I'll grab this butter.
You don't toast it?
I'm gonna show the method to my madness. Ready?
You're gonna ruin the toaster by putting
No,
it in.
no, no, no. Watch. Ready? So we're gonna toast. Or no, we're gonna smother the butter on the buns. Okay. We're gonna grab another one for you, one for me. Or do you want this one? Or do you want this one?
Let me see what it is.
Okay. So you're gonna do it like this, right? I'm gonna put a little bit of that butter. For those that are listening right now, I am putting butter on a piece of white bread. Then we're gonna grab some granulated, find A5 best granulated sugar, and we're gonna put a little bit, just a tad bit, not too much, not too much. Whatever is left over, we're gonna put it on the other bread, and we're gonna put it here. I'm gonna put sugar on the other bread. Nothing spills, and then you do this. Bam, bam, badam beep, pow.
Why? That would
And
ruin the
no, it
toaster.
doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Oh my
It
god.
caramelizes.
You're not helping my OCD right now. It's like bothering me knowing
Why?
that butter is being melted and there's this ain't, oh god.
What?
Tomorrow when I use the toaster for breakfast.
I'm telling you, it works. You don't put too much butter so it doesn't squirt or it doesn't fall off the bread. And then the sugar, it like allows the butter to become an adhesive. So then when you put it,
I guess it's bothering me more because you did the steps for
uh,
toast with butter and sugar. But out of
oh, out of
and it's bothering
I
me.
know, but you have to see like it caramelizes the sugar with the butter, and it's like chef's kiss.
No,
You'll
I like
see.
it fresh. I like it
You'll see.
crunch on it, not
You'll
like
see. And you're gonna ask me for another piece. Watch. You're gonna ask me for another piece, and you're gonna be like, "Can I have your piece?" Watch. Mark my words. You're gonna love it. But
I'm
while
purposely not gonna do that.
no, you're definitely gonna do that. Watch. But while we do that, Here's another one. I feel like this one is more common. People will do it. Before I do this, what is your first step? Your first step is cereal, then milk, or milk, then cereal?
Cereal and then milk.
Nah, it's always milk, then cereal. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I always do cereal.
Bruh.
I know people would be like,
I know some people that do that
but
though.
why?
Because I think they like to know, like, I think in their head they don't like so much milk, so like they like to evenly portion it out. But to me, I'm like, pour that baby in.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
So we're gonna grab some nutritiously balanced
and make a
breakfast.
mess.
Some nutritiously balanced breakfast Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. Not sponsored, by the way. We're gonna use some of that, and we're gonna add more. Just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You're gonna be like,
This isn't Kellogg's. Like just the what is it?
no,
Just
cornflakes. Just regular
cornflakes. There you
cornflakes.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that better though than Frosted Flakes.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, we got Frosted Flakes, so I'm gonna do the same thing. What you think I'm doing? So then I'm gonna put some milk. Look at this. Look at this. Come on. You tell me this does not. You're not like, oh man, I would love a bowl of cereal right now. Look at this. Like that.
I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking about bowl cereal right before
Were
we
you?
started
All
recording.
right, let me put this milk away. Hold on. And then we're going to grab some banana, some banana with the butter knife. I know I didn't clean it. Whatever. Don't care. And we're gonna slice some bananas on the frosted the flakes. The frosted of the flakes. Look at that. Tell me that doesn't look amazing. And then for those that are listening on Spotify, listen. You hear that? I don't know if you can hear that. I gotta take a bite because this is one. I don't eat a lot of dairy.
Why don't you eat a lot of dairy, Uzyiah?
You know why? You know why? Because I'm like, hey, but this is worth it. So I'm gonna have a spoonful, a good spoonful, and this is
Save some for me.
Oh, I'm just doing one spoon. Here we go. Ready? Mm-hmm. Here we go.
I want this first.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And while we're literally salivating these struggle meals, for those that are listening to us on Spotify and watching us on YouTube, going back to the question, what was the most creative meal that you have made at your lowest with the most littlest money? And also, what meal brings you back to your grind era? Another question that is also good is what struggle meal hits even still to this very day? And another question for you and for everybody that's out there listening. I know I just hit you with 3-4 questions, but we would love to hear everybody's answers to this. Is if you had $5, cinco doll hairs, okay? If you had those $5 to feed yourself today, what would you make?
Fideo.
Oh, that was quick.
Yeah.
She said fideo.
Sopa de fideo.
Yeah?
I would, because $5, right?
Mm-hmm.
A bag of specifically the fideo bag, it's like 50 cents, 60 cents, depending on where you go, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Pause.
Is that burning?
Watch this. I'm telling you, watch this. Bam. Look at that caramelization. In the back, it's toasted. This is not the part that the butter touched. But look at that front, bruh. Look at that front. You want this one?
Look, and you burned it.
You want this one?
I'm just kidding. It's hot. No,
it's
I'll
hot.
eat that one. It's
okay.
hot.
But go ahead. $5.
So yeah, a bag of fideo, specifically, I don't know the name of the brand, but it's like black and clear and like I think it's Hispanic brand. Not sure.
The Macarena. I don't know.
Yeah, it's Macarena. No, I know which one you're. That's
yeah. But you get like the linguine.
I like the shells. I like the shells personally. I like them because that's what my grandma used to buy. And she would always make sopa de fideo and she would use those noodles. I like those specifically. But as I'm a mother now, my daughters like the string. The
vermicelli.
Yeah, that one or the stars.
Oh
or the
yeah.
alphabet.
Oh, the alphabet.
They like the
Yeah.
alphabet more than
Yeah. And
anything.
they love your fidel.
Yeah.
They love your
Oh,
fidel.
so yeah. So let's average that. That's like 60 cents. We'll say that, right?
Mm-hmm.
One bag.
Mm-hmm.
A can of tomato sauce.
Another 60 cents.
No, it's $1 now. Tariffs.
What the heck?
Yeah, you 99 cents.
The little tiny one?
The can. But this is where I do things different. I don't like using the can anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I like using the Roma tomatoes or whatever tomatoes we have, like
Mm-hmm.
whatever brand.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go 30 cents for
Yeah.
one.
For one
For
Roma
one.
tomato. Yeah.
One Roma
Cha-ching.
tomato.
Mm-hmm.
We always have onion, so I wouldn't include that in my budget
Yeah,
because
yeah,
we
yeah.
always have onion.
That's true. That's
And I
true.
would, depending on how big it is, I'll cut it in half.
Mm-hmm.
So I would boil the tomato and the onion. For my daughters, I always boil a carrot
Mm-hmm.
and I blend the tomato, the onion, and the carrot together just to get that like healthy veggie in, and they like it. Like
Yeah.
you can't tell.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would use that as the broth base with the noodles.
Mm.
And everything else that I need, I always have at
Yeah,
home.
like salt,
Sauce.
chicken
So that's like
bouillon,
the
tomato bouillon.
cheapest meal in my opinion
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that I can make with $5.
Mm.
I'm actually saving money.
You actually saved me
$3.
$3. $3.
Yeah. You?
Nice. You know my answer.
No, I don't.
You know my answer.
Hot dogs?
No, no.
What?
My answer.
Ramen.
It's always gonna be ramen. If I had $5,
Mm.
I could literally feed. And I can make a challenge. I'm not exaggerating. I can feed $5. Let me do the math.
I challenge you to do that.
Let me think. $5. I think I can feed 4 people with $5.
I think so, depending on like the type of ramen that you get. If it's the prepackaged ones, I think it's like 12 in one little bag. It's like what, $3.99?
Oh, you're talking about like the bag, the box bagged
Yeah.
ones? Yeah, 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 yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Actually, I feel like yeah, with $5 and including like if I'm in the same boat that I don't have to include the seasonings, because seasonings that's what's crazy about us that we always have seasonings, whether it's adobo, chicken bouillon, salt, black pepper, paprika, onion
We have
powder.
a very big seasoning
Yeah, like we love our seasonings.
collection, but then also like when we're cooking and stuff for family, they have a very wide like taste palette that they're willing to try different flavors and stuff. But our go-to is always gonna be garlic.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, we love garlic.
always
Yeah,
garlic.
and so I feel like yeah, with $5, I could definitely feed me, you, and the girls always with $5. Let's talk. Okay, ramen noodles, water. I don't even use the packaging that they give you. I use chicken bouillon, and I know they're like, "Well, it's the same thing." It doesn't have as much MSG as the chicken bouillon. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but you know, like it tastes so much better just the chicken bouillon, right? And then with that, I put like a couple dashes of soy sauce. Then I put a little bit of that sesame oil. People are like, "Oh, okay, now you're going over budget," but it's stuff that we already have, you know.
Yeah, we always have it.
Um,
Like vinegar, red wine vinegar,
olive
rice
oil.
vinegar, olive oil.
So yeah, I feel like ramen noodles. It's something that I could do, and
Good
and I
choice.
can I can elevate it, and you know that. I
Yeah.
mean, you can attest to it. But before we keep going, I haven't seen you taking bites. So you have to take a bite, so people don't think that I'm a liar. Right? It's crunchy. I told you. Look, look, look. Like I'm a crunch. Look. Mm.
Mm. I see what you did there, but I don't like it.
What?
Yeah. I see what you did because personally, me, I don't care. Sorry. I love to like have a layer of butter on my bread.
You're
And I
such a
love
hater.
another layer of sugar.
Mhm.
Almost to the point where there's more. What are you doing to my cereal?
I'm dipping the bread in the cereal with the sugar.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You dip it. Anyway, it's good. It's crunchy. I mean, I'll eat it. It's not bad. It's just crunchy.
That's what toast is.
Well, but I like to eat the butter.
Yeah, you like to taste the butter and stuff.
Mhm.
I guess I understand where you're coming from. Me personally, I think this is elite because it doesn't you don't taste the grains of the sugar.
Mm.
I mean, I get the butter part, but it just melts it perfectly, and then you get the underside that is toasted. So that's why you get the little. Mm.
I like to taste the sugar.
And I take bigger bites than the CEO of McDonald's did with the big arch. Did you ever see that?
I was like, boy, eat it.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I actually had that burger, and it was actually me personally. It was all right, but I still prefer a Big Mac.
mm-hmm.
I still prefer a McChicken.
All day, every day.
Mm. So yeah, with this piece of bread, it's like, it like it's so simple and so easy to make. I know you didn't like it. You have your way. I have my way, but
It wasn't bad.
yeah. But it's so crazy because you can even make it luxurious. Put a little bit of like condensed milk,
Mm.
or you can even do drizzle some, I don't know, some caramel,
Nutella.
Nutella, caramel sauce. Make it really fancy schmancy, and you can have like yourself an elevated dessert with what I taught you. All you need is a toaster, butter, and some sugar, And me personally, I feel like luxury teaches comfort, and struggle meals teach how passionate you are and how hungry you are during those times. It's like when you were talking so passionately about your college days that you were
Mm.
working so much, and then and I can attest to that, how you pretty much pushed through all those times. I mean, it was a blessing to see where we're at, and it goes back to full circle. What I'm saying, like, now where we're at today, we're so blessed because where we were at during those times, we were like, ah, like, I I don't know how else to describe it, but that
Yeah.
that
Mm.
grunt.
Yeah. You're just pushing through.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you can do. You can't look back. You can't stop. There's no time for none of that. You got to push through and just move forward. You can't stop because no
Mm-hmm.
matter what, something's gonna push you to go forward regardless. And it was my family that was you
Mm-hmm.
during those times, and
Oh,
it was,
yeah.
and it was very difficult. I think also during those like grind eras, you're trying to beat something, you're trying to break a generational curse, or you're
Mm-hmm.
trying to stop yourself from bad habits or anything like that, or trying to reach a goal, I guess is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not going to be easy.
Never is.
It's not going to be easy at all.
No.
If anything, it's going to be difficult. And that's when you tie up your shoes and get ready to go to work, because
Mm-hmm.
it's like that's what you're going to do. It's going to be
Yeah.
difficult, but you push through.
Yeah, and we can attest that during those times, the one thing that's never failed us is food. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, we have God, Um, it's the number one thing for us. It has never, never failed us. But
Mhm.
the second best thing,
We always said that it can be bad times, sad
yeah,
times,
but yeah,
not good times. But
yeah.
we're like, "Hmm, you want a sandwich?"
Yeah, you
You
want a
know,
sandwich? Put some mayonnaise on my sandwich.
like
No, yeah.
food. I think food has a loving thing of like bringing everyone
A
together.
big huge connection.
Yeah, a huge connection,
Yeah. And that's
a bond.
that's my biggest purpose.
Mhm.
It's crazy that you said that. That's my purpose with this platform. I want to do that. I want to bring food, and I want to unify people.
Mhm.
I don't want to just do it with my words. I haven't said it once. I'm gonna say it now, but that's what I want to do. I want to unify people with my food and be able to bring all types of
Mhm.
people with different various backgrounds, because look at us, like, we don't just stick to what we know. We love to explore new foods, new everything, and it always brings new exciting experiences, trying different foods,
Mhm.
with whether it's with your family, my family,
Our
your
friends.
friends, loved ones, people that we haven't seen in a very long time, and they're hyping up food, and we're like, oh, let's try it. Like, food brings such a huge connection to us that Me and you, I
We
don't think
always joke about it. Like I know the five love languages, but we always say like our love language is food
food.
because
Yeah,
we're just like
food and coffee. That's like mine and your love language
I'm
because
gonna
it's like,
count that with food
yeah, you will.
based on my history and thinking it was food during college.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like
That
you think I'm kidding?
no,
Like
that's what's crazy. So going back to the just to touch on a little bit on it. I'm so sorry. I want to touch on that. It's that I remember when we were first dating, and you were like, "You want a cup of coffee?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" And I'm a huge coffee fanatic. I mean, I am a huge advocate. You know this. Everybody know this. I mean, it explains a lot why I am the way that I am. Since 5 years old, 4 or 5 years old, I've been drinking coffee. So, with that being said, you though offered me a cup of coffee, and I said, heck yeah, I'm gonna drink some coffee. And you're like, sugar and milk. And during that time, I was able to have dairy. So I say, yes, please. And you gave me this cup of coffee, and I was like, what the heck did you just give me? It was
mhm,
the strongest coffee I have ever
mhm,
tasted. And you're like, it's just regular coffee. I'm thinking Folgers. I'm thinking Maxwell's. I'm thinking Nescafe. I'm thinking
yeah.
instant coffee, Colombian. I'm trying to think like, what did she give me? Maybe some Puerto Rican coffee because I barely had Puerto Rican coffee. I'm like, I don't know. And you're like, it's this. She busted out a brick of Cafe
Espresso.
Bustelo.
It was espresso. It was
And
like a
I looked
special
at the label.
edition.
Yeah, it was a special edition
Yeah.
espresso. And I'm like, you drink espresso
I'm like, yeah. And you
as a,
saw me my jug. Like in college, my jug was like the mic stand. It was really big
mm-hmm,
because I would drink it from morning till I got home till nighttime. It would last me a whole
all
day.
day. Yep.
Like it was like a Stanley cup almost. I would drink of coffee, and
Mm-hmm.
I like my coffee hot. And that's because my grandma, um, she always drank strong coffee.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point in time, we lived together, and she would always make the coffee for like my parents, like have it set up and stuff because she loves coffee too.
Yeah.
And my mom started drinking it and was like, oh my god, this is giving me so much energy. And like we didn't know it was coffee until one day my mom skipped on coffee, and if you drink strong coffee and you skip it, it's like triggering a migraine,
Oh my
almost
gosh,
like a
yes.
horrible migraine.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom was like, oh, I don't know what's wrong, like I didn't drink my coffee. And my grandma was like, oh, it's you probably need a cup. She drank a cup and it instantly went away,
Mm-hmm.
and it was because of the caffeine intake
Mm-hmm.
of it. And then I liked it, and then we just like it until this day. We when we moved in together, that's what I would drink. And then you saw me and you were like, oh my God, it's so bad. But I was like, this is how I drink it. This is how I like it. Because I think any other flavor out there, like Folgers, Max Wells, or any brand, I mean, I
Duncan
like them.
even.
I like them, but it doesn't give that like
What?
Super Saiyan intake. I mean,
You're like,
yeah, because that's how I felt like how much I needed
mm-hmm.
to drink.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah.
Yeah, but I really don't want to talk so much into coffee because I feel like that could be another episode that we can really like indulge in. My tummy is rumbling, so I have to cut this episode short.
Go back and rewind and see how many spoonfuls of milk he into.
Yeah.
Comment below how many you think he took.
Oh my gosh, seriously, my stomach's
I
going.
hear it.
Yeah, so
ASMR over here.
so thank you so much for everybody that was here. This was a different episode. Again, thank you so much for holding it down with me. Uh,
Always.
you're always going to be welcome in this platform. Thank you so much. And for those that are out there listening and watching, thank you for always being here with us and just chatting with us and enjoying this time together. Answer those questions, comment down below because we want to read them. We want to just be able to hear from you all
Mhm.
that is watching us and be able to on the next episode answer everything. My stomach is hurting, so I am going to say goodbye and see you on the next episode.
Hello, Pepto.
Bye.